Hello everyone, this is going to be a beginner's tutorial in Hypermesh on how to create nodes and the various uses of nodes. So nodes are used in Hypermesh for a variety of functions. Basically, it is very important to understand how to create nodes and the various functionalities of the node. So go to this geometry tab, click over here and click on this nodes panel. So these are the various options available to create nodes in Hypermesh. So first is this. First is creating by coordinate system. So here we can create nodes by giving x, y and z coordinate system. So basically now it is x is 0, y 0 and z 0. Now if I click create and now press the F button from your keyboard, you can see the node here, but press F button on your keyboard to fit it into screen. So now this node has been created at 0, 0, 0, which is the origin. In order to see the node number of these, click on these 1, 2, 3 and now click on these nodes and click on all and click on display and click on So now you can see the node number has been created. So next, to create another node, so this XYZ, to create a node at 50 by 50, I will type 50 and 50 and I will click create. And now I will press the F button of my keyboard and you can see a node has been created at 50 by 50. Click on this display numbers, click on nodes or and let me switch on. So you can see node 1 and node 2. You can see the numbers here. Now what we can do is we'll measure the distance between 2 and 1. In order to measure the distance between node, go to this geometry panel, click on this distance and click two nodes option over here. Now click on this N1, click on this N1 and click on this and click on N2 and click on this second node. So once both the nodes have been, you can see the N1 is green and this is the node 1 is been highlighted in green and N2 is blue in color and the node 2 has been highlighted in blue color. Now click on return. Now you can see the distance, x distance is 50 and y distance is 50. So between this node at 1 which is at origin and the node 2, the node 2 is been located at x distance of 50 and y distance of 50. Similarly you can use this first panel to create nodes by using x, y and z coordinate system. Next is so this option is for creating nodes on geometry. For this we need to have a geometry. So let me create a simple geometry and let me show you this function. Okay, so let's not worry about how I created this solid. This is actually a solid. Let's not worry about it. Now let me just number these nodes. So now this option is for creating nodes on geometry. So once you click this option, make sure that you are choosing the option of points. And now I will click on this corner and I will click create. And you can see this node has been created over here. Similarly, let me choose another corner over here. Let me click on this corner. This corner actually represents a point. So that is why I have chosen the points option over here. Now let me click on create again. Let me click yes. Now let me click create and you can see another point has been created. Similarly, you can create points here as well. In order to zoom in, hold your control button and rotate your mouse wheel up and down for zooming in and zooming out. So once you have clicked on this corner and click on create, so this node has been created. At any point of time you don't want this node, so in a single step I have created, at once I have, in this step I have created this 1, 2 and these 3 nodes I have created. So if I click reject right now, these 3 nodes will be undone. So let me click create and you can see this node has been rejected. Similarly, let me press reject again and you can see this node has been rejected. If I press once again, this node also will be rejected. So you can see these nodes have been rejected. So you can use this reject option at any point of time if you create a node in the wrong location. if you click on this arrow button, you can see there are several other options such as lines, surface, and planes. So let me click on this lines option. So once this lines option has been activated, you can click on any line. So you can see this white color, you can see that this option has been activated. This line has been selected. So now you can click anywhere on this line and you can see one node has been created. Similarly, you can click anywhere on the line and you can create nodes. So these create nodes wherever you click. So I can create as many nodes as I want. Similarly, I can select another line and I can just click on this line again to create nodes. So this option is for creating nodes on lines. Similarly, the next option is surfaces. Let me click on this YX. So this XY top plane view. If you click here, you will see the top view. So this is the top view. Now I have selected the option surfaces. So let me click on this surface option. So if this is not coming, then if suppose I have selected multiple surfaces and I don't want this selection, I don't want it. Clicking this button will unselect all your selections. So again, after highlighting this surface, I will just click on this top surface. So once the top surface has been created, I can just click on anywhere on the surface like this and I can create multiple nodes where I want. So you can see the nodes has been created on this surface. The next option is a plane, and this is used to create nodes in certain planes, and I'm not showing this option here right now. So again, let's go to the next option and see node. So I have created a circle over here. Let us not worry about how I created a circle for now. So let me just in order to erase any node, press shift and F2. Pressing shift and F2 will bring this panel and you can clear all the nodes which you have created. Let me clear all the nodes. So once I have cleared all the nodes, let me press return. So you can see, if I zoom out, you can see the nodes has been cleared. So let me go back to this circle, and now let me go to the nodes panel, and you can see this option. This is the option for creating a node at the arc center. So basically it will work even if it is a circle. So let me click on this line. Yes, let me click on this circle. Basically this circle is just a line. Let me click create, and you can see at the center of this circle a node has been created. This option will work even if it is a curve or even if it is an arc. So even if it is an incomplete circle or an arc, this option will allow you to create a node at the center. So so let me show you something else. So let me create 3 nodes. So I have created 3 nodes over here. So let me go back to this option and here choose nodes. Once you have chosen the option nodes, click on these 3 nodes. Now click on create. So what it does is that it's going to create a node keeping these three. Basically you have to imagine an arc which is passing through these 3 nodes, and this will create a circle at the center. So that's what this option. Basically this option is used to create nodes at the center. So it can be the center by specifying lines, or it can be center by specifying certain points, or you can specify the certain nodes and the center of those nodes. So basically it is used to create a node at the center. So let us look at the next option, which is to create nodes, and this option is extract parametric option on line. So this option has line and surface. So in the line, let me just create a line. So in order to create a line, so let us not worry of how to create a line. So let me just clear all these things. Okay, now I have cleared everything. So let me return. Let me create new nodes. So I have two nodes over here, and I'll click on the lines panel, and I will click on these linear nodes. First node, second node, create. I will teach you how to create lines in the next tutorial. For now, I have a line over here, and now let me go back to my panel, and using this option, which is extract parametric on line. So this line option has been selected over here. Now let me click on this line, and I can give a so what this option will do is that it will distribute a certain number of nodes between in this line. Let me clear this node. Okay, so now we have only the line selected here. So let me give how many nodes you want between this how many nodes you want to be distributed between these in this line, in this length of the line. So I want 20 nodes, so I will click create. So now you can see 20 nodes has been created with equal spacing between them, 1 2 3. So let me just click on this. Let me just choose all the nodes, display on. So you can see 20 nodes has been created over here. So this basically this option will do distribute nodes in, and it gives equal spacing. And you can do this option on a line or on a surface. So basically surface also follows the similar rules. Let me clear these nodes first. So again you can see, click on this arrow and you can see extract on line. This is also similar option where you can click on this line and you can click on the number of nodes you want to create, and you can click create. So it will create 10 nodes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 nodes on this. And this biasing, you can see this option there, it's a biasing which is linear. So let me clear these nodes and show you the biasing option. So you can click on this option, click on for the exponential, and you can give a biasing intensity of 0.4, and you can click on this option and you can click create. Okay, line 7, let me click on this line and let me click. So you can see the biasing has been given. Let me just give us 3 as the biasing, and let me just clear this once again. Okay, now this line I will select it. Now I have given bias intensity of 3. So you can see the biasing. You can see there is a more spacing over here and less spacing over here. So let me click. Let me clear this again. So now I will give a biasing of -3. So now I click on this line and create. Now you can see the biasing has been reversed. So if you give a positive bias, it will do from one end to the other end, and if you give negative bias, it will do from the other end to this end. So that is how you create nodes on lines, and you can specify the number of nodes over here. So the next option is next we are interpolating nodes. So let us check out this option. Let me clear these nodes. Okay, so this option is interpolating nodes. So this option allows you to interpolate nodes between between two nodes. So let me first create a few nodes to show you that. So I have created two nodes over here, and now I will go to that option. Now I have to choose this node and the second node. So basically node list means you have to select a list of nodes. So I have selected two nodes. Now here option you can see number of nodes between. So I can give 10, and here bias intensity I'm going to give linear. So now I will click on this option create. So you can see between these two nodes, okay, I have to give 1. Let me just reject it and let me just create again. So now you can see the number of nodes between those two nodes will be 10. So let me switch on the node numbering. So you can see between 1 and 2, you can see there has been 10 nodes created, which numbers from 3 to 12. So 3 to 12 we have 10 nodes. So 10 nodes have been created between 1 and 2. So that's how you use this option. So interpolate nodes option is to create nodes between two nodes, like this node and this node. This is what I have chosen. In between these two nodes I created these nodes. So the second option is to interpolate on a line. So I can just choose a line, and in that line I can choose two nodes which I have. So let me just clear this and show you this option, clear all. So now so I have created 4 nodes over here. Now let me go back to the option, and you can see this interpolate on lines. So I will choose this line, and I will choose this node and this node, and I want to create, let's say, 4 nodes between them with a linear bias. So let me just click create, and you can see 1 2 3 4 nodes have been created between this node and this node. So this option, so I think you understand this. So I can again choose this line, and I can again choose this node and this node, or I can choose this node, any nodes you can choose, and I can give 4 nodes I have selected here. And if we click create, you can see 1 2 3 4 nodes has been created between this node and this node. So that is that option. Similarly, you have option for interpolating on surface. So this is also the same. You can click a surface, and on the surface you can click create nodes. Using, you can, on the surface you can interpolate nodes and between two nodes. So that's what this option is. And this option is, it creates a node between an intersection. So let me just clear this all. Let me just show you that this option. Okay, so now you can see this intersection. There is an intersection in these two lines. You can see here. So now let me go back to this option, and I will choose these lines and lines. So if I choose this line, and here I will click on the second option, and I will click on the second line, and I will click create. Now you can see where there is an intersection, a node has been created. So first you choose this line option, and you see that this is highlighted, and then you choose the first line, then you choose the second line, then in that intersection. So basically this option allows you to create a nodes between at the intersection of two nodes. So this is basics on how you can create nodes. So all these types of all these options you can use for creating nodes in Hypermesh. So you have to understand these various options, and it will be very helpful in during modeling, and as well as in analysis. It will be very helpful. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, please comment below.